What is good, Boom Crew? It's your girl Annie Boom Fanny. And this is a random ass upload. I'll probably get like 10 views, but that's okay. I needed to upload today because I want to tell y'all about my bad day. Alright? Now, let me calm down. I woke up this morning. I told you I've been trading stocks, right? I woke up this morning and half my money in the stock market was gone. Bitch. Half. I'm smiling because I'm not having a good day. Now, let's make something clear. In the stock market, you would have red days, blah, blah, blah. But I guess because I'm new to this, it's a big fucking shock. Like, bitch, you just... So now I'm just waiting for the stock. So I'm saying all of that, right? But then it gave me half of the half it took. So I was like, okay, thanks. You know, that was that. I got my Forex. If you don't know what Forex is, it's a foreign exchange. It's like a trading thing where you can make money. I don't have a lot of money in it. I'm new to it, so I win, then I lose. I win, I'm breaking even, basically. So I had won a certain amount, and I'm like, yes, I finally got my account to a certain amount. And then I woke up in the morning and did a trade and fucking lost what I won. So I was like, you should have never tried to trade after you were upset at the fact that you lost money in the stock market. That was the first mistake, right? So then I get up out of the bed because all of that is happening before I get up. I meditate, and meditation wasn't even hitting for me. And I'm like, girl, you're going to have a day. I already knew. Y'all, why I get up? No, matter of fact, yesterday I forgot to tell you something. I knew my day was going to be crazy because I broke my French press. Like, basically, I have this thing. If for those of you who don't know what a French press is, Risa gave it to me. It's like this glass metal thing, and it's like a stomper or a strainer or something like that, and you put coffee in it with the grounds, and you push the thing down, and it pushes all the grains to the bottom, and basically filters out just the coffee, so you don't have no grains, and then you pour it in your cup. Yesterday that broke, so I was like, okay, like it's starting, because I had a feeling it was going to start, because I had too many good days in a row, so I knew some shit was going to happen. So today when I woke up and the stock market was like that, I was like, didn't I tell you that shit? And then I lost money in Forex, and I was like, so I get up, right? And I'm trying to print something from my computer, and it's not printing. So at this point, my eyes are watering because I'm having a bad fucking morning. In my head, I'm having a bad morning. All right, this is first world problems, but still, it's a problem. Somebody had ordered something from me, and I'm trying to print it out. Shit was not working. First off, somebody had ordered something from me previously. They didn't get their package when they expected to get it. And even though I knew it was on its way, like, the person was kind of antsy, so I'm like, you know what, let me just refund them. And then I ended up refunding them. No, matter of fact, I was like, let me refund them, and I'm going to send out another package, but I didn't want to send out another package and it still be an issue. So I refunded them, and I sent them another package. Why did the girl get the first package? I was like, listen, I knew the first package was coming, and I said, you know what? It's okay, sis. Relax. I'm sorry, I'm using the light from my laptop. The story doesn't end there, okay? So I'm trying to print the stuff from my computer, and it's not printing. So like I said, at this point I have tears in my eyes because I feel my frustration. I just know that the day is not going to be hitting. It's not hitting already. And it's not even 9:30 in the morning. So then, by the way, guys, today I have a neck. I know y'all be looking at my videos like, where the fuck is her neck? But it's because I have a bad habit of wearing crew neck shirts instead of V-neck shirts. I need to stop doing that shit. I clearly don't have the face for that. So anyway, like I said, I'm trying to print something now. Finally, the shit prints out. So I'm walking to my table. Luckily, I have my chancletas on. I step in something mad, gushy, and fucking nasty. Now, I've said this before. I'm a texture person. So me stepping in something like that's a certain texture, my fucking skin was crawling. Like I had the heebie-jeebies for like 3 hours thinking about it. Like just tweaking in here. Like the fucking professor on Fairy Odd Parents. Like bitch, I was like, I was fucking losing my mind. The cat, her greedy ass, what she does is because she knows that I'm kind of forgetful. I have this habit of waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning to use the restroom. And then I'll wake up again, like at maybe 7 something to use the restroom. And then, like, I'll be walking around or whatever, and then I'll use whatever because I drink coffee. So I be like, damn, why the cat meowing? Why she hungry? I look at her bowl is empty. This bitch be getting me. I be thinking that I didn't feed her. I fed her, so she be overeating, and she threw up on the floor, and I stepped in it. I stepped in the cat's throw up, y'all. And it wasn't like a little bit. If you have a cat, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this bitch let loose yesterday. Something, she's overeating. And I keep forgetting that I fed her because she be acting like she's starving. So I just look at her, and then she looks at me. And then I look at her, and then she looks at me. And then I look at her. Then she look at me, and I'm like, why would you do that? Oh. Okay, fast forward. I go to the post office, right, to mail a particular person's order off. Now, I go to this post office, and the girl is like, are you sure that's the correct address? Because that apartment is not coming up. Mind you, I'm on the clock at work. So when I'm sneaking outside, I'm sneaking, bitch. I'm supposed to be here doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm on a time constraint. So I go there, and I got these 2 packages. I'm able to mail one off, but the girl is like, oh, the apartment, blah, blah, blah. So I messaged the girl, and I sat in the post office for a minute, but I'm antsy them motherfuckers. I'm like, I got to get back to work because my supervisor been on my ass. I don't know if y'all remember when I told y'all when I was complaining about my son's grades that they done fucking threatened me already, right? Because I be acting like I'm the fucking supervisor. So anyway, she like, the apartment is wrong. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I messaged my customer, and I write her, and I'm like, hey, they saying this, that, and the third. So I sit in the post office for a minute. The girl don't write me back in time. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just go back to the house. And I'm thinking to myself, I said, if this girl don't write me back, it's going to be an issue because I'm leaving. I'm going on vacation. So I'll have a whole video on that, whatever. But I'm going on vacation, and I'm like, if she don't write me back, she's either going to have to wait to get her package when I come back, or worst case scenario, because this is what's happening when you travel. If you go to a certain country, what they're doing is they're testing you for COVID when you get there. And if you have a positive test when you get there, they're going to put you up in a COVID facility, and you're going to be quarantined for 14 days until you could come back to the United States. So I'm in my head like, please, Murphy's Law, please don't come busting me upside my head. Because what if I'm supposed to mail this girl her package, I get caught up out there, something like that. You never know. So, girl, get away from me. Throwing up ass. So I'm like, damn, that'd be a whole damn month before she could get her package, right? So, because I'm thinking about the worst case scenario. So I'm like, this girl, please write me back. Please write me back. So she finally writes me back. She writes me back. I could get back to my desk. I got mad cases to do. I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to get to the post office? I run out to the post office again. I come back. And then I was like, you know what? I waited. I finished up my cases, my casework or whatever. And then I ran to 125th in Harlem. That's why I ended up. There's another chain that y'all may remember me wearing that I always buy myself jewelry on my birthday, and there's this particular chain that I wear. And the closure keeps fucking breaking, right? So I get to 125th, mind you, I'm supposed to go to the gym today. I get to 125th, and I'm like, I told the guy, I said, this thing keeps breaking. I bought this from y'all 3 years ago. The closure is too flimsy. Y'all keep putting it on or doing whatever y'all doing, soldering the shit together, but the piece is mad small. It keeps breaking. I said, could you please put the lobster claw closure on it? He's like, yeah. I said, how much is it? He like 15. So I thought that was pretty suspicious, but I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's mad cheap, but okay. So I give him the shit. He's like, come back in 30 minutes. I'm like, okay. So now I'm walking around Harlem just finding stupid shit to do until my chain gets fixed because I want to have my jewelry before I go on my vacation. So I get back, y'all. They put the same fucking closure back on the shit. They put the same closure back on the necklace. I looked at that. I said, I told you to put the lobster claw. He said, lobster claw. I said, yes. I just told you that this keeps breaking. He's like, this keeps breaking? Yes. What the fuck? It keeps breaking. And every time it breaks, I got to come back and pay $20 each time. By the time I be done paid more for the fucking repairs than I did for the damn necklace. So now he's like, oh, we'll put the lobster claw on it. Come back tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, I thought the story ended there. When the fuck did I ever have a short, bad day? So I get a settlement check in the mail from Kotex. You know how they be like, oh, if this ever happened to you with this company, fill out this form. I don't know if anybody ever experienced that, but I be filling out them forms because one time I got a $600 check, okay? So, and another time I got like $216. So those little lawsuit papers and settlement things that you get in the mail or whatever, or email, them shits actually be legit. It takes a while for you to get, but you'll get something. So, like class action lawsuit basically. So I have filled that shit out apparently mad long ago. So I finally got a check for it. Girl, I opened up that check. That shit was $16.15 motherfucking cents. But whatever. I got money. So I'm like, you know what? Let me cash this little funky check. So I go to the check cashing place. The nigga that is online taking mad long. He got a black plastic bag. He got a construction clothes on. He got a big ass beer, and he's sitting there drinking and talking mad motherfucking whoop-de-woo shit with the bitch at the counter. The line is mad long, y'all. And I'm like, and I keep thinking about the amount of it. Like, bitch, you really on this line for this $16? But I'm in my head like, when the fuck are you going to cash the check? When? So I stood there, and I just waited to cash my little $16 check. Girl, finally this drunk bastard gets off the damn lines. He smelled so bad my stomach was turning. I go to cash the check. This nigga looking at me like I'm stupid. He's like, what is this for? This how he holding the check. What is this for? I was like, it says it right there. He's like, yeah, but why they gave you this? I'm like, it's like a lawsuit. So now him and the girl looking at the amount and looking at me like, a lawsuit? First off, I'm missing a whole part of this story, but we'll get to that. So he taking mad long. He looking in the system. He turning it back and forth like it's gonna change colors or some shit. So now I'm looking like, damn, I hope nobody sees this nigga count this $16 up and give me this fucking money because I waited on the line for that long. So give my fucking money. I'm like, you ain't got to treat my motherfucking check like that, nigga. $16, that's a chopped cheese, some soda, some chips, and some motherfucking Metro card money. Don't play with me. So anyway, he taking mad long to verify this $16 check. Finally, he gave me the money and I'll leave, right? So I just got in. So I'm looking at this time. I'm like, I'm not even going to be able, like, legitimately, if I would have just came in and ran back out, I would have made it to the gym in time. But my brain is exhausted. And the part of the story that I'm missing, right? Yesterday, I go get my feet done. And I put I have this custom made knife. It's like a rainbow iridescent knife or whatever. And you got it's not an automatic knife or nothing like that. It's not like a switchblade, but you have to actually open it up. But it got my name on it and everything, right? Because I want to cut a nigga in style. What other way is there to cut a nigga? So I go to check my pocket for the shit when I come back from getting my feet done. And I can't find my knife. And I'm like, yo, where the fuck is my knife? So at this point, I'm sad in the motherfucker because that's the second time I ordered the same knife. The first time I had the knife, like an idiot, I got on the plane. I was traveling somewhere and I forgot to take it out my bag. And they ended up having to throw my knife away. So I just went in my Amazon order history and ended up ordering a knife again. So in my head, I'm like, this is the second time this knife. I said, what would be the reason I'm not supposed to have this knife? Like, at this point, I'm looking up at the ceiling, talking to the universe, because all the shit is happening in my day, and I keep thinking about this fucking cat throw up. That's bothering me, my soul. And I'm like, what's the reason I can't have the knife? I haven't pulled that knife out on anybody in like 2 years. I mean, the first knife I had when I ordered it or whatever. But come on, I've been behaving. So I'm like, why wouldn't I be able to have that knife? Why would you take that knife from me? That's what I'm saying, like, just talking to the universe. So I'm like, where's this knife? I done called the fucking nail salon, and I'm like, yo, I left a custom knife there with my name on it. Is it? And you know, this old girl barely speak any English, some Dominican chick, and she like, yeah, well, no. And she asked somebody else, oh, a knife? And I'm like, that shit is gone. Bitch, I did all of that. I ended up checking my gym bag. This shit is in my gym bag. Apparently, I never put this shit in my fucking jacket when I was going to the nail salon. Now, some may say, Andy, that's not a fucking bad day. But I think that was a bad day. Because my bad days are not what they used to be. So now anything that happens bad, I'm like, this is a bad day. Oh, I hope y'all like my hair. I don't know if I showed y'all already, but whatever. I don't know if I uploaded I don't know what is before this video, but it's purple. It's dark purple. You can't tell. And I like it like that. I'm trying to keep it intact before I leave out, before I go on vacation. Oh, y'all. My period is coming January 6th or 7th. So I know that is the reason why everything is a big deal for me today and why I started crying when the printer didn't work. But still, like, the fuck. Anyways, y'all, thank you for listening to these random fucking uploads. I just be wanting to tell somebody something. And I don't be wanting them to talk back, so the fuck? What better way to do it than a video? Look at my neck, girl. I got a whole neck. Y'all was trying to play with me with that last video. In the video before that. I know it. Y'all was trying to play. I mean, I still got a little double something, whatever, but don't worry about it, all right?